Every night, millions of people close their eyes and enter a life that doesn't exist. They imagine conversations, relationships, arguments, success, revenge, even entire futures. But here's the disturbing part. Your brain may not be doing this for entertainment. It may be trying to tell you what your real life is missing. And before you dismiss this as just imagination, listen to what happens next. Because the scenarios you create before sleep often follow a psychological pattern. 1. Your brain creates unfinished stories. During the day, your mind is constantly occupied. Messages, work, people, noise, responsibilities. But when you finally lie down, all that stimulation disappears, and suddenly, the thoughts you pushed away come back. A conversation you wish had gone differently, a comeback you wish you had said, a person you wish had understood you. Your brain starts rewriting the scene. This is one reason bedtime becomes the perfect environment for mental simulations. Your mind finally has enough silence to process unfinished thoughts. But here's where it gets interesting. The scenario isn't always about what happened. Sometimes it's about what you wanted to happen. 2. Your fantasy may reveal an unmet emotional need. Imagine someone who feels invisible during the day. At night, their imagination creates a scene where everyone notices them. Someone who feels powerless may imagine finally standing up to the person who hurt them. Someone who feels lonely may imagine having the perfect relationship. Someone who feels unsuccessful may imagine becoming incredibly successful. Notice the pattern? The fantasy often gives you an emotion that reality isn't currently providing. Recognition, love, control, confidence, importance, freedom. Your imagination becomes an emotional laboratory. And that's why these scenarios can feel incredibly satisfying. But there is another reason your brain keeps returning to them. 3. Imagination gives you perfect control. Real life is unpredictable. You can't control how another person reacts. You can't guarantee success. You can't rewrite yesterday. But inside your imagination, you control everything. You choose the words. You control the reaction. You decide who stays. You decide who leaves. You decide how the story ends. For a few minutes, uncertainty disappears, and your brain gets a version of reality where everything follows your script. But here's the dangerous question. What happens when the imaginary version of your life becomes better than your real one? That's when imagination can turn from a tool into an escape. 4. When fantasy becomes escape. Imagine repeatedly creating scenarios where you are admired, loved, powerful, or successful, while avoiding the uncomfortable actions required to create those experiences in reality. You get the emotional reward without taking the real-world risk. No rejection, no embarrassment, no failure, no uncertainty, just the perfect ending. And your brain loves rewards. That's why the cycle can become so tempting. But don't misunderstand this. Creating fake scenarios before sleep isn't automatically a problem. Imagination can help with creativity, planning, emotional processing, and problem solving. The real question is much deeper. Are you imagining your future or escaping your present? So tonight, when your mind starts creating another imaginary movie, don't immediately fight it. Instead, pause and ask yourself, why this particular story? Why are you imagining that person? Why are you winning that argument? Why are you becoming successful? Why are you being loved? Why are you finally being noticed? Because the answer may reveal an emotional need hiding underneath the fantasy. Maybe you don't want revenge. Maybe you want respect. Maybe you don't want attention. Maybe you want to feel valued. Maybe you don't want a perfect relationship. Maybe you simply don't want to feel alone. Your imaginary world can become a mirror, and if you learn how to read it, you may discover what your real life is asking you to change. So the next time you catch yourself creating a fake scenario before sleep, remember, your imagination isn't always showing you what you want. Sometimes it's showing you what you need. If this video made you understand your own mind a little differently, subscribe to the channel. Because here, we don't just study psychology. We uncover the hidden reasons behind human behavior. And the next video might reveal something about you that you never noticed before.